Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. If you just had a first glance at it, you probably realize this already, but this is a Train Infinitrack deck profile, and there really isn't much to say about it. It is an OTK deck, it is a Go Second deck. They're like my favorite deck, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So first off, you're running Double Digit Kiru. It's generic in basically any deck that just has extra space. Kaijus are going to be really useful right now for the new Dragoon of Red Eyes that is coming out, and a lot of other cards that are problematic. And yeah, it's just a generic card in there. 3 Night Express Knights, getting into the real engine. Basically, this card is a free level 10 monster out in the field, because all of your extra deck monsters except, well, like, all of your rank XZ monsters are level 10 except 2, but it's which is pretty fun. It's a really fun deck, and this card that makes it really great because it's just a free normal summon and a free level 10 body on the field, which it's a really good card in this deck. 3 Speedy Express, Super Express Bullet Train, sorry. Basically, it's a free special summon if all of your machine monsters are earth monsters, or earth machines, I mean. And then you can special summon this card from your hand, and then if it's in the graveyard, basically, you can target one monster in your graveyard, well, machine monster in your graveyard, except itself, and add it to your hand, which makes it just a really fun card, especially in this deck. You can detach and effect and add to hand. It's just a nice card. 3 heavy freight train Hurricane. It's generic. It's just a free extra summon if you normal summon an earth machine monster, but you have its attack, doesn't matter. And then if it's detached from XZ, you get to destroy a card on your opponent's side of the field, which makes it really good. Yeah, I really like this card. All of the really generic rank 10 stuff that you make with this deck is you always have to run it at 3 because you always want to see it. 2 Gameciel, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. It's pretty generic. Another Kaiju. You all know the drill. 2 Infinitrack Brutal Dozer. It's just a free, well, it's a special summon, and then you get a special summon another Infinitrack, which is going to usually be Trencher or Harvester, and you go into rank 5, and I'll mention that later. 1 Ruffian Railcar for just some good plays that you can do. It's mainly off of a card called Not Set Rotation, Revolving Switchyard, and yeah, it's just a fun little combo with the Flying Pegasus or Railroad Stampede. It's just a fun little combo in there. I really like it because, well, it's free summons from the graveyard, and you get to add one from deck to hand with Ruffian, which it's pretty fun. 3 Infinitrack Harvesters, just generic. If it's normal or special summon, you get to add an Infinitrack monster from your deck to hand except itself, and then you get to target. It's basically what a lot of Infinitracks do. You get to target another Earth Machine monster, well, one other machine monster, and they both combine the levels, which is why the first card in the extra deck that you see, this is the reason for it. Onto the spells, you're running 3 Lightning Storms. Just a really generic spell, because in trains, you just really run the generic package, and then you got a lot of extra stuff, so yeah, 3 Lightning Storms works perfectly in here. 3 Pot of Desires. It's just obvious. It's free draws. You really don't care what you banish. It's really nice in there. 1 Terraforming for the Revolving Switchyard and the Mystic Mine. It's really fun in this deck. 3 Urgent Schedules. This card is crazy. Just basically, you can do a combo. It's called like, if you don't have a good hand, you just have Revolving Switcher and Set Rotation, and you're going first. You just play Revolving Switchyard and Urgent Schedule, and basically you just do that, and it's free trains on the field and rank 10s and all that kind of shenanigans. 1 Set Rotation. Any field spell deck that's running 2 field spell cards, you should run this card. 2 Revolving Switchyards. It's a free special summon. Well, yeah, it's a free special summon from your Earth. I mean, free. Gosh, I cannot talk today. It's a free special summon from your deck with an Earth Machine level 4 monster, which is these, and you just special summon it, and it's really nice. 2 Mystic Mines. Nothing to say about this card. This card's just overpowered. And when you have space in a deck, you just run it in there. And to round off for the traps, 3 imperms. It's just generic. And yeah, we side all the other stuff. This is pretty much the card that you'd side out for, along with Lightning Storm. But yeah, that's really it for the main deck. On to the extra deck, you're running one number 77, the Seven Sins. Basically, it's just a 2 level 12 monsters. You can make it with Harvester and any of your level 10s. Basically, or you can use a rank 10 or 11 Dark Exe monsters, but you don't run any Dark Exe monsters that are 11s or 10s. And then if it's summoned, you basically need to banish their field, and then you could attach one of those banished cards, and then if it was destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one and it's not. And so it's a really good card, and it's a 4,000 beat stick on the field, and it's a free removal. So yeah, it's a nice card in there. 2 Juggernaut Leaves, 2 Rokan Endoras, and 2 Gustav Max. Just any train deck, you're running these cards in there. It's just their Super Dreadnought stuff is really good in trains, and there really isn't much to say about it. If you basically get 2, you win the game. You get Night Express Knight or Super Bullet or anything really. You can OTK your opponent really easily. 1 Sky Palace. I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm just going to call it Gengar. And basically, you can detach 1 Exe material from this card, and then you get to target 1 card your opponent controls. It's free destruction, and you get to inflict 1,000 damage. It can attack, but it doesn't really matter. It's free destruction, which makes it really nice. Then we're going on to the last Exe monster. It's 1 Infinitrack River Stormer. This card is just generic. If you're running the Brutal Dozer, you just special summon Trencher, special summon this card, and it's a free add from deck or send to graveyard of any of your Earth Machine monsters. So yeah, it's a really good card in this deck. On to links. 1 Nightmare Unit Phoenix. Any deck that doesn't run Phoenix is weird because it's just a really generic card. 1 Cleafort Genius. It's a free negate. 1 Pentas Tag and 1 Underclock Taker. In case they have like a lot of defense stuff out there, like it's not really fun, so you want to do piercing, and if they have a large attack, which very, very, very rarely happens, that is bigger than this, you can make it go to 0. 1 double-headed Anchor Knuckle. Anchor Knuckle is just a really crazy card. It's a free, you get to send in 1 monster from the field to grave, and then you get to target a machine monster in your graveyard and special summon it, but negate its effects just like everything else. And then if it's in your graveyard, you can send a card from your hand or field to graveyard, and then you special summon it. And sadly, this is only a once per turn, but it's the fun card nonetheless. And 1 Infinitrack Goliath. You just use 1 non-lake Infinitrack monster, and if it's sent from the field to graveyard, you get to target a Exe monster you control, and then you get to attach it to it, and then it gains the effect, which it can't be destroyed by card effects, which is really nice. This card really, most of the links rarely come to where it happened except Anger Knuckle, but Anger Knuckle is even just a sometimes, so yeah, this is just the extra package. Onto the side deck, we're running 3 Nibirus, especially because of the Adamantimator stuff, the spam decks. Really nice to have this card. Triple Ash, the best hand trap. I don't run it in the main deck, just mainly because I don't want to see it quite too often. Imperm's fine, but this card's not the best. 3 Dark Ruler No Mores, also speaking of Adamantimators, just a really fun card, and it's really great too. 3 Evenly Matched. It's just generic, like any person would know what this card does if they're playing competitive. It's just a really fun card, and it's just free banish, really. 1 Imperial Order, 1 Skill Drain, 1 Reboot. Sadly, these cards are at 1, but like it's just extra space in your extra deck, so you get to negate all spells. Basically, they all become normals, and it's a free negation with you can't chain anything. So yeah, that's really it for the deck, and let's just get right into a duel. Alrighty, so I'm hosting around, and like I said earlier, this is a Ghost Second OTK deck. It is what it is. Trains have been around for quite a while. I think they've been since 2017 or 2018. But Super Dreadnoughts came out pretty recently, and yeah, it's just a really fun deck, and you can make stuff that's really crazy on your board. And also with this deck, it likes to make a lot of people mad. Even though you could sphere mode it, I personally wouldn't, because you get a lot of monsters. And what really kind of sucks about this deck is it's like super open to Nibiru, super open to hand traps, but sometimes, well, most of the time I should say, they aren't susceptible. So we are going second, and I'm just going to let this guy do whatever he needs to do. Okay, so he played Ancient Gear Fortress and a set of cards, so this is probably Ancient Gear Machinas, like a video I did earlier, but yeah, let's just get right into it. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to activate, we're going to activate Urgent Schedule, special summoning 2 monsters, so you're going to special summon the Harvester and basically any one of these guys except the Brutal Dozer. I'm going to special summon the Bullet Liner, or Bullet Train, or whatever you want to call it. You can't activate effects because of set rotation, sadly, but that doesn't quite matter quite yet. We're going to special summon this Gameciel. Okay, and then we're going to activate Pot of Desires. And no, we're going to draw 2. We're going to activate Brutal Dozer, tribute the Harvester, special summon Brutal Dozer, activate Brutal Dozer, special summon the Trencher from our deck, and then we're going to special summon a River Storm, or River Stormer, however you want to say it. We're going to activate River Stormer. We're going to detach the Trencher. We're not going to change that rotation. Then we're going to add Knight, Express Knight from our deck to your hand. You can also send a Grave, but personally I wouldn't do that effect, since in this kind of deck, oh nope, I did that wrong. I'm gonna normal summon it without tribute. Okay, yep. And then it becomes 0, but that doesn't matter because we're going to OTK this guy, and I'm going to Gustav Max. You guys should know this combo by now. It's been just for probably, I think it's a year or 2 now. You're going to go into Juggernaut Lieb and activate effect. Make him 6,000 by detaching the Gustav or any of them. Go into battle phase and attack for game. Oh, on the Gameciel. So no, we didn't attack for game actually. Sadly. But yeah, we're just gonna go main 2, set the Imperm, and pass to him. Alrighty, so it's my turn. We're just gonna go straight into the battle phase and attack for hopefully a game. Yep. So this deck is a quick, blind going second deck. It's really mainly just to kill your opponent really quickly, and it's really simple. It's a very simple deck to learn. Definitely not a budget deck, especially when you're running 3 urgent schedules. That's already $100 wasted, but it's just a fun deck. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I would really greatly appreciate it. And if you want your deck showcased, like any deck whatsoever, I will just comment down below and I will try to showcase it. And yeah, thanks for watching.